everyone, I'm Ganesh. I was previously on MasterChef Singapore Season 2, and I'm currently the head chef of Revolver Singapore. Of course, I think everyone knows that growing up in Singapore, you have a lot of expectations, but my parents didn't push me in that direction so much, and they always encourage us to do what we like, in a sense. So when I was younger, I never really had an idea of what I wanted to do, even through my growing years. But then I knew I wanted to be in a profession where there's a lot of discipline, and along the years, I later made a decision that that I want to be in the military, right? Which is why I served like 9 years in the armed forces as a command engineer officer, and then of course made a mid-career switch to become a chef. Why or how? I think it was it was probably a blessing in disguise. When I was doing my degree, or when I was studying in Australia, I picked up cooking. I started learning how to cook and took a great interest in it. And of course, because food in Australia is very expensive, so it was better to just cook at home, right? And I took a great interest to it. And halfway or towards the end of my 9-year career, I sustained an injury, which also, was, I would say, to me, I consider it a blessing in disguise. And then that made me, kind of nudge myself in the direction of becoming a chef. No difference, because I still am on my feet all day, but it is also, like, to be very honest, I always imagine myself retiring in armed forces, because I love being a soldier. I love being, like, to me, SAF is the best organization in the world. It's got the best discipline. It's got the best structure. And there's really nothing not to like about it, to be very honest. But in the same line, I also found a true passion for cooking. And to be very honest with you, it's not any different. In the kitchen, we call it a brigade system. The French call it a brigade system. It's adapted from the military, so the discipline, the uniform, everything is really about the same, and sustaining standards. So I wouldn't say it was much of a change for me personally. I think a lot of people, friends, family, expected me, right, to retire with the armed forces, because that's how much, like, I told everyone I love my job, but and then, like, everyone, like, there's not one person, probably my friends, they were supportive, but they were like, they were always question, but that's for the good, right? Like, they say, are you sure this is what you want to do, and things like that. But I think everyone who asked me, genuinely, they just wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing. To be honest with you, I also don't know what I was doing at the time, because it's a very, very, it's a very, very difficult decision, because I was doing, I had my career set for me, and to do a switch and start from the bottom in the kitchen, it is a massive, massive undertaking. Yeah. But yeah.
How long did that take, because you had to switch and then get to where you are now?
Oh, so very simple. Before making my decision, I gave myself 30 days, right? Before I made the decision to click the button and leave the SAF. Every day I ask myself, is this what I want to do? I go home, I cook something, and I ask myself, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? And at the end of 30 days, to me, the answer was yes. Like, I think it's very rewarding and fulfilling career as well. Did I really want to leave the armed forces? No. But was there something more exciting up ahead? 100%. Because, it's totally new environment, and it's a challenge, Yeah, to me, that's how I saw it. Well, I don't want to say criticism, but I mean, there were people who said, like, oh, being a chef is difficult and blah, 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 and, these kind of things. I mean, which job isn't difficult? The reality is every job is tough, right, at the start, and then it entirely depends on how you work and how you climb, right? So, my friends and family, they were very supportive, because they always believe that I can. It's just that, you have a certain group of people, acquaintances, or whatever you want to call it, they were very apprehensive, and it's like, I don't think you should do it, and things like that. But to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm the kind of person that when I set my mind to something, I do whatever it takes to make it happen. And that's something I live by. My quote for life is like, make it happen, regardless. So I've been cooking for 5 years professionally, 6 years professionally, right? And in 6 years, right? I mean, I have to say huge thanks to the people who have been around me as well. My first few restaurants, and they were not exactly, they were not people like, it was not a fantastic environment for me to grow, right? And then I came to Revolver and I had the best mentors, and amazing people who could teach and guide. And mentorship is everything in any job, And today, in 6 years, I'm the head chef of a restaurant that is one of the most popular restaurants in Singapore, And I have to thank not just myself, I mean, it's hard work. It's ridiculously hard work. But I also have to thank the people who saw something in me, people who believe that, hey, Ganesh, actually, I think you are good. This is what I'm going to train you to be. This is what you are going to be, That's it. I would say the armed forces has shaped my mentality, right? And it's very difficult to change that about me. It's all about perseverance and hard work, and because with this, you are limitless, right? So a lot of times I had to encourage myself, and a lot of it was on my own, because sometimes maybe people just don't understand, like, why are you putting yourself through this? They care. They're asking the right questions, but I know I'm doing this because one day I'm going to yield the results. I'm going to see the results that I want to achieve. And I think that's the most wonderful thing about it.
Yeah. Do you think that you've already sort of seen the results?
Getting there. Getting there. I mean, you see, at the end of the day, today I'm in this position because of the people who have seen what I'm capable of, people who have appreciated the work that I've put in, and the opportunities that have been given to me. And you don't get opportunities like this, very often. You have to prove your worth, and you gotta earn it. And I work ridiculously hard to do that. And I think hard work is all that it takes. Sometimes maybe too much, sometimes maybe too much, and then you want to give up, but you keep going, and then you will see it regardless, one way or another. It's practically Newtonian. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You work hard, you get the results. You don't see anything. It's simple as that. And a lot of people give up halfway, or when they're 99%. That 1% is all it takes to turn your life around. And to me, that's really what it was at Revolver. Yeah. As lame and cliche as it sounds, right? Like, everybody will say this, like, don't give up and persevere. But there is no easier way to say it. Just when you feel like giving up, don't. You need to give another 5%. You need to give another 10%. You got to keep going, because at some point, results are guaranteed. It's almost guaranteed, because there's no way. Either that, if you don't see the results, means you're in the wrong place. You know what I mean? If you can't change the things that you can't change your environment, you got to change yourself, lah. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
And if you think that you have changed yourself optimally, right, to perform in an environment where you should be receiving certain results, or you should be seeing certain results, and you don't, then maybe your environment is not the right one for you. It's as simple as that. Make time, lah. Make time, right? I mean, you have to have a schedule. You have to have, like, sometimes, Sunday, your boss says, Ganesh, what is this? And then you gotta get on the laptop. But how long does it take? It's 30 minutes, and then you start work in the morning, and then you end late at night. You don't see your family sometimes. But I think this is building a path for me to have a very, very enjoyable future, because I work hard now. I see the results later. When I become executive chef, or I open my own restaurant or something like that, the hours are mine. Today I say, hey, I'm not going to be around. I want to go and spend time with my wife, my friends, my family, my sister, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to say anything? I'm the boss. So to me, I think, like, the understanding from friends and family is very important, right? And I think that builds the path for you to spend all that time. Who knows, maybe I retire at 45, if and then I can spend my whole life with my family and friends, like. So the earlier years in your life, I think if it requires for you to work this hard, then maybe it's worth the investment. A lot of people have another, this idea of work-life balance, which I think is very, very important. And if you really want that, then I think that's something that individually you have to manage. And it was not easy for me. I had to gain understanding from my friends, my family. It's like, hey, I need to do this. I need to do this. Sometimes on my off days, I come back to work. Why? Why are you going back to work? Why? Because I need to do it. This is my responsibility. I cannot run away from it.
You feel it inside.
Yeah. It's very intrinsic, I would say. So to me, I have a responsibility to my family, 100%, right? But I also have a responsibility to everything that I undertake. Career being one of them. Yeah. There's no like definite answer to this. Like success, today I'm happy with this. I say, okay, I want to be a 1 Michelin star chef. Right? I get 1 Michelin star, then what happens next? Are you going to sit down and no, I want 2 Michelin star? Then you sit down and then you work, you get 2 stars. And then are you going to stop there? No, I want 3 stars. So success, I think like a lot of people generically say, okay, I must be comfortable, I must have money, I must have a nice house, car and everything, but it's very subjective in a sense. And my answer of like to what is success is I need to be content, because it works 2 ways, right? You work hard, money will come. That's not a problem. But just because you got money doesn't mean you're happy, Are you contented? Are you happy with the life you lead? Right? Today, I work 14 to 16 hours a day. Right? I give everything that I have to the restaurant. But then when I go home, right, on my off days, I just relax and do nothing. I do nothing. Maybe sometimes you got to work from home, but that aside, I'm very content because every day when I serve my guests, you put a smile on their face. That is success to me. People say like, hey, Ganesh, you're in a restaurant, people should be enjoying your food. Yes, it seems basic, but to me that is success anyway. That's job related. And then, when it comes to your own life, having a family, your friends around you, I think having friends and family that around, like, that care for you, it's already a huge tick in the box, because not everyone has that. Not everyone has a job, not everyone has a nice fancy house and, a nice house, and I think we should appreciate the things that we have currently and continue to strive for more and work for more. But don't use that as a marker for success. Because if you are happy with what you have right now, to me, I think you are doing well. You're fairly successful, I would say.